Diaries by CricHeroes. This is Amrita, and once again we have come back to share with you another story from Grassroots Cricket. Today we have with us someone who I know personally for quite a few years, and I've always witnessed his passion towards cricket, so much so that sometimes it used to get annoying since he would cancel out most of the weekend plans with friends because he had one important match to attend. However, today I feel very happy and proud to welcome my friend and a very passionate bowler, Vivek Ganesh, to take us through his journey. Hi Vivek, how are you?
Hi Amrita, I'm good. How are you?
Good, very good. Good to see you, and good to see you that you're playing again. You started playing after the whole pandemic and the lockdown and everything.
Yeah, thanks to Bangalore, it's quite open in terms of the lockdown. At least in the last couple of months, we've been able to manage playing weekends.
That's wonderful. So now please take us back to that point when you had started cancelling all the weekend plans with friends, and since cricket became passion for you, when did that start?
So probably cancelling weekend plans and having cricket being part of my ritual for every weekend. I think started in 2014 when I moved to Bombay from Bangalore. And I found this team, and they were initially, I think it was part of a particular corporate team. It was for a particular organization that I was playing for, and then few friends got together, created a team, and then it actually became a ritual. And a lot of them, and in fact, it started where I used to play every Saturdays and Sundays, both the days. And then after a while, it was either Saturday or a Sunday. And then now, of course, I think now that I'm married, it can't be for more than one match a week. So that's how it.
And when did the childhood passion? Was it like you've been playing cricket since you were a child? Was it in school?
Yeah. So the cricket, probably I started playing cricket, gully cricket, when I was a child. And I think probably I was 5-6 years old, and I started playing gully cricket, and that's how it started. And then post that, of course, I took up cricket seriously, and I also did go for TNCA selections and all that. That was in my, I think, 8th grade, 9th grade is when I took it up a little more seriously. And then also I played for my school, very seriously for almost 4-5 years. And I was also the school cricket captain for a couple of years in my 11th and 12th grade. And post that, in fact, I also played serious cricket for my college for the first 1 year. But then after that, I joined NCC, so I had to give up on cricket. But then after that, there was a long break. After my engineering, I did my MBA, and there was quite some break, and also because I started working. And then almost, I think after a break of 5-6 years, I started playing regular cricket in 2014, from 2014.
That's wonderful. That's so nice. So has there been a single cricketer who has been like an idol or somebody that you followed since your childhood, even now?
Yeah. So I had this crazy, I really looked up to this gentleman, Srinath, who was an Indian cricket fast bowler, and also probably the first of that league, right? So he brought in that pace and bounce that he brought in, and I used to be a huge fan. I still remember. I think I still have a lot of posters back home in Chennai, and at one point of time, I had so many posters of Srinath in my room. And that my mom had to go and tell one of my teachers that he's actually becoming a little obsessive. Can you please tell him this is not the only life that he needs to think about? So I had so many posters of Srinath, and I still remember, and I used to imitate his action in school, in probably when we used to go and play in the grounds in Chennai. I've imitated his action for many years in my childhood, even in school cricket tournaments.
So was it watching Srinath was a point where you thought that you want to be a fast bowler?
No, slightly before that, because I think it's just, it's always they say, right? I mean, you become what you are, and probably what you pick up from the surroundings, from the environment. So for me, it was, when we moved from Delhi to Chennai, and I think I was around 6 to 7 years old, and in fact, 5-6 years old, right? So, and then when I moved to Chennai, so we lived in this place in Chennai where it was an individual building, and the owners used to live below, and we used to live up. And there was no not too many kids around in the place for me to play with, and my sister also was very young at that particular point of time. So and the good thing about that house was it was quite long. So from the balcony to the kitchen and to the living room, it was quite long. So, and then the only thing, because of course my dad used to watch cricket, and I just kept watching, probably some particular bowler I don't recollect now. But then the first thing that struck me was I will start bowling, and that time it used to be this rubber ball that I had, and I still remember open the doors of the balcony, and then the kitchen, and then the living room. I used to run from the balcony to the kitchen, and then the end of kitchen used to be my landing area. And I used to bowl from there and hit the wall on the other side of the living room. So that's how it started. Where I really liked bowling. I think also by DNA, thanks to my dad, he was a sports person. He was a tennis player, and I was by DNA a good athlete, and I was good in running. I was all. In fact, one of the reasons I went to NCC and joined NCC was because I was good in running. So I think that came to me naturally. I really liked, and I still really like getting up, running, and bowling. I think that's how it started.
Great, so nice. And the other thing I just keeps, I remember when I remember that you used to go to multiple cities to play matches, and even now that you've been like because of job you're shifting a lot of places also, and then you also playing in different cities. Is there any particular favorite place that you like bowling or like playing any of the matches?
So again, it's very, very difficult to single out one place. I think thanks to my Titans Cricket Club in Bombay, we've really traveled to amazing stadiums, including stadiums which are not, unfortunately, not used to international standards today. Like for example, the stadium in Noida. We've been fortunate to go and play in Sevens in Dubai, one of the best international stadium. And then we've been really fortunate to play in international stadiums in Dehradun, also in Jaipur. So a lot of great places. In fact, even the Bangalore, the Just Cricket Academy in Bangalore is an amazing. It feels that you're actually playing county cricket in London. So that's the kind of grounds that you have in India. The infrastructure in India has really picked up a lot. In Bombay, we used to play in MCA in Bombay, one of the best grounds that I've ever played. But I think as a bowler, and since you asked, bowling, I'll probably say my favorite will always be the one in Bangalore, the Just Cricket Academy. I think it has amazing true wicket. In fact, my Titans Cricket Club from Bombay is traveling to Bangalore next week, and is coming for a tour. So now it's my home ground now that I live in Bangalore now. But otherwise, I think Bangalore, for me, always I used to look up to I really used to be looking forward to Bangalore tour because of the weather. There's genuine movement of the ball in this weather in Bangalore. Almost 12 months. The ball moves, so it's good for a fast bowler, and also at the same time, I think the wicket is very true. Just Cricket Academy has been doing quite well in maintaining that. And apart from that, I think my wife's favorite ground is the Dehradun ground, which is the international stadium in Dehradun.
Because it must be
it's just the environment. Going up there, bowling, and I still remember, there have been tours we've gone there and lost and come back. And last year, finally, I think the third tour we went and we actually won the tournament and we came back. Has to be one of the best places to have played.
Okay, great. And also going back to that whole memorable moment for you, was it the 4 for 8? Was that the most memorable moment in your whole cricket journey?
So 4 for 8 is probably what is recent in the last 5-6 years.
And showing on CricHeroes.
The last 2-3 years, yeah, and especially on CricHeroes. First, a few, as a bowler, like for any batsman, right? And they probably score so many centuries, and they really like almost every century is special. But then few of them really stand out, and you remember. And similarly, there are a few things few of them that stand out for me. The first will always be my best childhood experience in my school. I was the school cricket captain at the same time. That's also the time that I had actually decided that I will be a full-time bowler and not try to be a all-rounder, which in India everybody wants to be an all-rounder. And I said, let me focus on my bowling. And I think it was like the first year that I was really focusing on my bowling. And we got the opposition all out for 42, and I had picked up 7 for 21. I still have that cricket ball in Chennai. the umpire came and gifted me. So I've never seen that on TV, or I never knew people do that. So the umpire came and gifted me that red cricket ball when I took 7 for 21. So that'll always be my super favorite, because we got the opposition all out for 42, and I think we chased down in 6 overs or something like that.
Wow.
And the second one will be that 4 for 8 that shows on CricHeroes. Simple reason, because it was one of the best grounds in Gurgaon that we played. It was a new ground. I still remember we went there in the morning, and it was a 6:30, 7 o'clock match. Amazing weather. In fact, I still remember taking a picture and sending it to my Bombay team, saying, this is probably how it feels when you're playing in county cricket in London. And so then we played that game. We got the opposition all out for 54 or something. So yeah, 4 for 8 there was very, very, very special. And apart from that, recently the one that I posted again on CricHeroes, where I think we defended 110 with 4 bowlers, and like I got 4 for 21 or something. Another spinner got 4 for 21. I think these 3 stand out. But of course, a few, like for example, there's the 6-wicket haul that I picked up in Bombay that I really, remember. So these are few great moments.
That's wonderful. That's really nice. See, the other question I have as a bowler, like, post-COVID situation, you have to be very careful with the ball, how you're handling it. You can't be doing all those things that you've been doing before, and also maintain the hygiene and the safety aspect. So what are you doing differently now? Or is it too difficult to do that because, you have got that habit of doing things in certain way?
Yeah. So thankfully, a couple of things that I never did was spitting on the ball and using saliva on the ball. I've never done that for some reason, right? So from childhood, I've never done that. I always felt, I think it's also because as a Chennai cricket boy, you start playing, your cricket career starts in red soil. So, and red soil, you can imagine, right? The ball is pitching on the red soil and it comes in your hand. I don't think anybody wants to put their saliva on a red soil ground. But otherwise, yeah, I think thankfully I've never done that. And the other thing is, thankfully I've always used, being a bowler, I've always had the wristband on my left arm, because I'm a right arm bowler, because I always want to see the non-bowling arm being straight is very important. So this actually has been super helpful for me, because it's always become a habit that I don't have the habit of spitting or using saliva on the ball. So naturally I use my sweat, which is still allowed, thankfully. And anyway, I sweat a lot. So that's good for me, using the sweat on the cricket ball. Apart from that, I think just to be a little more cautious and a little more proactive, I think we just in general, we request players not to spit on the ball. We request players not to spit on the ground. The way, like for example, a lot of us used to, probably spit on the ground because of the humidity and all that, because of the dry weather sometimes. But now we do request teams and players not to do that, so that we can probably try and avoid any kind of risk that is involved.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise, playing in India using sweat is the easiest way to shine the ball.
Yeah. Okay. Great. And that's being safe. That's good. And the other question would be like, is there a superstition that you follow? Like, something that is like a ritual, a lucky charm?
Not just one. I have a few.
Oh.
So it's few that's probably stands out is it's also something to do with the rhythm, like number of steps that I take before I bowl. It's a very specific 15-step run up that I have. Whether I'm bowling the first over or I'm probably bowling the 20th over or the 40th over in the match, I take those 15 number of steps, and I go at end of the 15th step. There is a particular sign that I make with my spikes on the shoe. So that's something that I think I've been doing since my school. It's the same sign that I've been doing. It's the sign that I put there. That's one. Then I carry a towel, whether it's a 2020 match or a 40 overs match. I have a towel, invariably a blue color towel that's on my back that I carry. That's one of the things. And apart from that, I think the other, it's a very silly thing. I wear because again, I'm a bowler and I probably carry 4 pair of shoes in my kit. Like people probably carry 5 bats in their kits. I only carry one single bat, and I have 4 or 5 pairs of shoes. So I wear my left shoe first and then my right shoe. And because invariably we also need to cut the toe end of the shoe, because being a bowler, when you land, there is a lot of pressure, and then hence the shoe becomes too tight. So there's a small cut that you use, and so maybe that's the reason. Few silly things. Probably all of us do.
But I'm sure till the time it's working fine, it's great. You should continue those silly things. And so I must be watching the IPL right now. Are you?
Yeah. Since 2007, 2008.
Okay, great. And which is that player that you're currently following? You know, you're looking forward to watching this IPL or currently watching.
Yeah, so again, quite a few. I think the recent past, and I'm a huge fan of CSK, Chennaisuperkings, since 2008, since the first edition. In fact, the couple of years that they didn't play IPL, I didn't watch IPL. That's the kind of fan I am for CSK. But yes, I think in the recent 3-4 years, Deepak Chahar is a great thinking bowler for Chennai. And I really look up to him. Again, a swing bowler, a true genuine swing bowler in India, apart from Bhuvneshwar Kumar. So I really like that guy, and I think he's really intelligent bowler when it comes to 2020. I think Navdeep Saini is another bowler who's really bowling well for RCB. Though I was not a great fan of RCB earlier, but now that I live in Bangalore, it's probably my second favorite team is Bangalore, and I think I really think Navdeep Saini is great. And I think for me, as of now, the Indian legend in IPL has to be Mohammad Shami, and I think he will probably be one of the best performers from a bowler standpoint. He'll probably be one of the best bowlers from India. Is also because I think he's in his peak of his form. And apart from the foreign bowlers like Rabada is doing great, Ngidi hopefully comes back to form. And Jeffrey Archer is probably one of the best in the world. But I think Mohammad Shami as an Indian pacer is probably going to be one of the best for this season.
Great. And then just going back to that question that, you just said that you're in Bangalore and now you like RCB. So you were in Bombay, you must have liked Mumbai Indians, but truly deep down, is it CSK always? I mean, you're going to be rooting for?
Hardcore CSK fan. Even, for example, when we had lost 3 games before just last week, back-to-back 3 losses, we knew. I mean, I think all hardcore CSK fans will know that CSK will bounce back. It's not that it's not happened before. There are seasons when Chennai has not been in a stage to even qualify, and then you have somebody like Dhoni or somebody like Bravos come and save the day for CSK, and we've qualified and we've gone on to win the tournament. In fact, I still remember the first time I ever met the CSK team was I think it was in 2009 or 2010, and when CSK was really didn't have a great start, and this was after party of IPL that happened in Park Sheraton in Chennai, and I got some pass through my work colleagues and all that, and I went and met a few people, and I still remember this conversation I had with L Balaji and Mike Hussey. And I was just telling them as a crazy fan saying, CSK is going to win this tour this season. And I still remember the reaction on Hussey's face. He said, "Are you sure? I hope you've seen him playing for the first 4-5 games." I said, "Yeah, I know that, but I'm sure we're going to win this year." And we actually went on to win that particular year. So yeah, even though we probably had a slow start this year, I still believe CSK will eventually lift the cup this year.
Yeah, good. I hope so too. And it was so nice talking to you, Vivek. And it was like, so good to see you after so many months, almost a year now. And I wish you all the best with the whole cricket journey. May you take a lot of wickets and multiple matches. You guys have awesome matches.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Amrita. And again, first of all, I think from childhood, right, we always look up to numbers and figures and data. And I think I genuinely want to thank CricHeroes for bringing that into corporate cricket, because I think for a very long time I used to capture my own economy and average on Excel sheets. Right. So now I do that, and I have the CricHeroes app that I just go and look at my numbers. I look at my figures. I also, for example, there are so many other things that CricHeroes has come up with in terms of analyzing your own bowling. Who are you good at which particular overs that you are good at in bowling. I think it's a lot of fun. Though we probably do it once in a week, it still brings in a lot of professionalism. It brings in a lot of seriousness into what we do. And more importantly, like I said, it just makes, I think everybody likes to get recognized. And when CricHeroes does it and you can actually post it on Instagram and just flaunt it, it actually feels good.
That's great. Thank you so much. I will pass on these compliments to the team, and it was really nice talking to you, Vivek.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Thank you so much, Amrita.
Thank you. Thank you so much. For everyone else, if you want to be part of the Cricket Diaries and share your story with the world, please reach out to us ASAP. Tomorrow, we're going to be back again with another story from the grassroots cricket. Till then, take care. Bye bye.